Hey, what's going on, people? Yeah, it's your blind buddy here again. I'm coming on with this fourth part of Consolidated, Educated Commentary. I'm gonna start it off again. You can't tell me what to say. I come in peace. That's what I come in. I come in peace, and I'm allowed to say that. I come in peace. First of all. And I'd like to say, before I go any further, that I'd like to tell people, yeah, I'm already starting to be attacked by people that have large followings. That you know how the internet works. They try to send you subliminal messages. Kind of like Transformers when Bumblebee didn't have a voice box. He'd speak through radio stations and advertisements. If you really didn't catch a hold to, couldn't catch a hold to what he was saying, you wouldn't understand Bumblebee. But I understand, And I understand when I'm under attack because the ones that they use, not aware that you're coming against something that you don't even know. Because of what you've heard. If you were in line with the spirit, you would know that the spirit is the spirit. The spirit recognizes the spirit. The spirit don't try to tear down the spirit because of spirit is followed. Right? You got to realize the devil is the prince of the air. The air is everywhere, just where there's air. So the devil can roam to and fro in the spiritual realm. And the one that does that is, with all this evil, would try to have people think that anybody that speaks of the spiritual realm in the manner that I do, would try to call me a sorcerer and say I'm into witchcraft or something like that because would suggest that I'm trying to find another way into the spiritual realm. Let me tell you something, people. To find a way into a spiritual realm, how you gonna get into the spirit if the spirit won't accept you then? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this. Why would God make a universe that we can see and never ask him about it? Never ask him what it is. Or have a craving for knowledge, which we all do, and expect that, God's going to tell us, don't look up there, it's evil. If you're looking at anything up there, you're the devil. The whole time, the devil running around down here in the spirit of what he is, the evil spirit, telling people, hey, it's evil to try to look past this earth. Try to look past anything in this life. It's evil if you're trying to look past any life besides the one you're living here on the flesh. Well, evil spirits could take upon your mind with thoughts and power of suggestion that would have you doing things in the flesh that would let you know physically you could see that you are operating in the mannerisms of an evil spirit. That is the only way you'll see the devil is in the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, whatever the devil is cooking up, you won't know what the devil is cooking up in the spirit until you see it operating in the flesh. And if you can't see this world is operated by the flesh, then show me where the spirit operating in it. Show me where the spirit of God is operating down here that we should not look for him anywhere else. You understand what I'm saying? Operating outside of Christ is operating in the flesh. Doing things outside of Christ is operating and doing things in the flesh. So when you seek things of the spirit and the spirit answers you, why in the world would somebody say that you're operating in sorcery and demonic spirits? Answer me that. horoscopes and all this crystals and throwing powder dust and everywhere and everything, you know. What about Noah? Noah told people about a flood that was going to happen. People didn't believe it. But was Noah operating in sorcery? Was Noah operating in wizardry, demonic spirits? Was Moses, for that matter, operating in wizardry and sorcery? Was Daniel operating in sorcery? Was Joseph operating, the dream interpreters, were they operating in sorcery and evil, demonic spirits when they were interpreting dreams and telling people what is to come? They were called prophets. When you believe it in the manner in which you choose and what you choose not to, you don't realize what you may be denied when you choose not to hear something of the Spirit. If you don't know the difference between right and wrong, you ought to be able to see after you get through doing the action that you think is so right. And when the Spirit approaches you and you see it was wrong, then you want to call the one that's addressing your behavior demonic. You have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. There are people with large followings. I'm like, don't attack me. Please don't. Please don't. Because you do not realize what I know. And the Bible, if you want to come, go focus on things in the Bible, you ought to understand and know as well that the Bible tells you, do not curse to death and do not place stumbling blocks in front of the bride. You understand what I'm saying? And that can be taken in many aspects, but we're going to take it like this. Don't tell me I'm not following the Spirit when I can't see nothing that you walking around in, and neither do I care about. But don't you dare call me a demon and say I'm operating and looking in the path of sorcery, because I tell you, the Spirit speaks to me. I don't need feather dust. I don't need crystals. I just need a willing vessel to allow the Spirit to guide me. Now, if you don't want to hear nothing the Spirit telling me, you don't have to. You don't have to. But just know, the blood is on your hands. The blood is on your hands. Let God deal with me. Don't you try to tell people not to hear me because you may be afraid you're going to lose some followers. Because people may look elsewhere. I'm not doing this for people to follow me. I'm trying to get people to safety. If God gonna curse me and send me to damnation for asking him for another chance for my brothers and sisters to come out of this hell and get another chance, you have got to be kidding me. There's something wrong with you if you don't want it. Want to make as if this world is going to be a place of forever, and then you're going to tell somebody you're going to live in the spirit realm or you're not going to live at all. It's what it is. You don't have to believe it. Keep following that spirit that's telling you that people that live in the spirit are demonic. If you ain't trying to live in the spirit and understand what it's going to take to continue to live in the spirit, then once you leave him, where you going? Where are you going? You got to tell when John was standing on the Isle of Patmos, John called off a whole bunch of things. Was John operating in sorcery, wizardry, any of that? Huh? No. Who was operating in Belshazzar's chambers when the writing was on the wall and Daniel had to come in and decipher the writing on the wall? Was Daniel operating in sorcery, wizardry? Well, who was operating when the writing was put on the wall? You understand what I'm saying? Be careful who you address when you try to call somebody a demon. When they speaking from a place in the spirit, and that's where you claim that you're trying to live. Understand. Understand. You don't attack me. The person that you see, you better disregard what you see and obey and pay attention to what you're hearing. You don't come against that you don't know. Place somebody else there before you try to bring back some to try to make it look as if you got a great number behind you. Remember what I told you. There's no safety in numbers. It don't take but one fist to smash all of them. And when the mighty hand of the Most High comes down, you better hope you ain't standing nowhere near it. Now call it what you want. I don't operate from a place of evil. I don't come from a place of evil. And I'm not trying to continue in a path, nor argue with someone that will suggest that I'm doing such. What I would suggest is while you're here and you have the power of suggestion, it suggests that you have another way of thinking other than the one you have. You need to suggest another path if you're walking down the wrong one. That's what I would suggest. While you have the power of suggestion, before you lose the vessel that will give you the power to suggest. To suggest. If you know about the Bible, you know the word that God said he's doing a new thing in us. That's the only time I've ever heard anything in the Bible say it's going to be new. Huh? A new body. How could you, where you going to get a new body at down here? You going to turn into an AI? You going to let this world make you a body and give you some artificial intelligence that you think you're going to live forever in when God set this thing on fire? Because obviously you don't believe grits is grocery. People don't believe a candle burn. If you think this place gonna be forever, God gonna wipe it out and bring you back here in a soup hole with a new body, and do what with it? And do what with it? Huh? You know why you put on the full armor of God? The full armor of Christ? The full word of God? You put it on you, you bathe in it, so you can run through the fire. You might not like my terminology because I'm not properly addressing it. Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something, people, about this proper language that people think you should use when you're addressing people to tell them about your bad behaviors. This proper language. If the language is so proper, why aren't you following it the way you think I should speak it? Huh? I know plenty of preachers that's on the TV that's mannerisms just as nice. They just as sweet. Teeth all shining. And they, yo. How many of y'all obeying them? How many of y'all following what they say? Huh? You want to talk about how proper and how somebody should address you with foul behaviors, but then you're going to continue to be foul, and you don't tell me how to say what I need to say. I say what I need to say, and you can hear what you need to hear, and guess what? We can part on both sides of the ears, you know what I'm saying? Understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing this because I'm trying to sorcerize myself. Man, I'm not evil. I don't play with evil, bro, and I don't appreciate nobody calling me that. It downright makes me mad. Makes me mad. And that anger comes from a place you don't want to ever face me with, in that place of anger where you just call me evil. You do not ever want to face me there. Understand me. This is not a game to me. Don't send your little subliminal messages across to me as if you are trying to suggest I'm anything of the devil or evil. You will blot your own light out. And I'm telling you that from love, brothers and sisters. You better watch yourself, man. Be careful how you entertain strangers, because some have entertained angels unaware. I don't pick and choose the word to befit me. The word is for all to follow. And if you want to pick through the word and try to figure out a way you could destroy me with it, rather than understand the truth of it that I'm telling, then there's something wrong with you. And you need to check the spirit that you following and trying to make it look as if it's God. Understand me. And with that, click it. Love y'all. I love all of you.